Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, then run it back. Run it up, run it back. Run it up, then run it back.
Woo! Happy Monday. Well, by the way, shout out Boogie Cousins.
20 and 10.
Goodness gracious, having a time in Mongolia in these cool hot pink uniforms that he hates.
They won, and he got 20 and 10?
He's doing stuff.
Attaboy, Bug.
We have a lot of basketball to talk about today. It was like a very active, I don't know if you know, Mercury's in retrograde. There's a lot going on, and it all got reflected in the league over the weekend. And we start on Friday night. What happened? Denver, Oklahoma City. Yeah, of course, they got, I mean, what is that? Playoffs, yes, blah, blah, blah. But Lu Dort with the trip, and then Jokic with the response.
You want a review as well? You want to wag your finger?
The confusion by Lu Dort was the most confusing part of this whole thing.
What do you mean?
Like, watch when he throws his hands up, like, what?
Who, me?
He literally acts like confused, like he didn't just hip check a dude in the knee.
Yeah, what is that about? Is that just a reaction, like a reflex when you do something wrong to also be like, no, I didn't? What is that?
Yeah, I don't know why he played victim like he didn't do what he did in that particular play. I like the reaction though. I like the dust up. This is gonna make for some good basketball coming down the line. But Lu Dort was in the wrong right there. I don't know why he was pretending like he didn't do something that was out of the ordinary. You went out of your way to make contact with that man. I would have been just as pissed as Jokic was right there. So
he was not.
Yeah,
by the way, for the record, that face is now my favorite.
That's a meme.
That's
a meme forever.
For the rest of life. Yeah.
And I will say, like, I love the physicality. I love the atmosphere of this game, but this is a dirty ass play. Like you can't do this with a dude just running down the court. This reminded me of the Patrick Beverly Westbrook thing where he was going to call the timeout and he did this and ended up tearing his meniscus. Like, not good, not cool. I don't think there's anything more to it, but I do love the physicality. I love all the teammates coming and getting in the middle of this. And I love the decision by the ref to toss him because nothing else after this would have mattered if he never did this. So I think they nailed it. I think they got it right. I don't think there'll be any suspensions either. I'm glad Jokic didn't, throw a punch or do anything because can you imagine if he doesn't get MVP because he gets suspended for a fight?
Yeah, if he gets suspended, he's out of the running.
That wasn't on the bingo card. But that's awesome. And I do love, these are two really good teams that really are championship contenders. And
dirty play, though.
It's dirty.
It's crazy, too, because Dagnall doesn't, I mean, obviously you got to sort of defend your guys. Adelman is like, that was a cheap shot. Jokic said it was an unnecessary move, and his reaction was a necessary reaction. But it is kind of, I'm wondering, Draymond Green has sort of his reputation. Is Lu Dort now, are we getting into that territory?
He's got a couple more.
I was about to say, he's working on his highlight tape.
He's got a roundhouse, an elbow, a choke out,
chest off.
A full Nelson. He's got a couple more moves to get to that level.
Yeah, and another thing, I know that coach is supposed to take up for his guys, but and I'm almost positive that this was the conversation after the game. You're up 2 during that. You're up 2 with 8 minutes to go in the game, and you do this, like you go out of your way. Like, it's one thing to try to get under a guy's skin. It's another one to take his legs from under him and a blind and a cheap shot. So not one of Lu Dort's best days. But again, it's going to make for some good basketball in the near future. But I think the reaction was appropriate. I think his teammate in Williams stepping in and fighting for him was appropriate. I think all of it was appropriate. Him getting ejected, was cause and effect, but it was definitely a dirty play.
And here's the thing, there's like strategic ways you can kind of do this to somebody throughout the game that's not just right when you inbound the ball, right? Like on a roll, pick and roll, the guy rolls, you can chuck him and you can meet him up top. A box out, you can get physical. Like, to do this while he's just running down,
wide open floor
at the other team's free throw line, it was unnecessary roughness. Flag on the play. Yeah. And I didn't like it, and not just because it was Jokic, anybody. This is something that could end up ruining this season. This could something that could really get hurt. So I didn't like it at all.
I feel like I would have loved an Aaron Gordon moment, but we didn't get to have that. So then who's supposed? That's my question, is because who's supposed to have Jokic's back in that moment? Not that he, by the way,
whoever's
closest.
I was about to say whoever's around, but he really didn't need it.
Like, who was around? It was Christian Brown.
I was waiting on his brothers to come from the top rope.
I was waiting for that so much. Where are they?
I got a good laugh out of Chet Holmgren's reaction and Jared McCain.
Jared McCain. All you saw was his nails.
No, thank you. I want nothing to do with this.
By the way, I have a story about Jared McCain.
Go on. Are we doing stories today?
Yes, because I saw his reaction to it. I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, Jared McCain wanted no smoke. But that James Johnson's like a fighter and trained. I heard Jared McCain is almost that same
Shut your mouth.
level, and I've heard
He better.
And
Shut your
like,
mouth.
I heard he's not the one to like mess with, Jared
That-
McCain.
I already love him,
After I saw
like-
that reaction, someone told me that, and I was like, no way. And he's like, 1,000% true. That dude can like fight.
So they're like lethal weapons. Okay then, Jared McCain, I see you.
Just don't put your hands up like that.
I mean,
let's start there.
I swear,
Just
all
don't
I
put
saw
your
was
hands
the
up
nails.
like
It
that.
was
what's worse,
crazy.
hands up or the Duncan Robinson from like a week or so ago is just like rolling his
He
eyes.
just dipped.
But he was not having any
He
part
called
of
an
it.
Uber.
By the way, are we like? Do you know why this blew up so much and the internet was so loud? It's because we're just not used to a Jokic moment like that.
He just misses his horses.
Like, oh my God.
We had I feel like the only time we've seen this was the Morris twin that kind
Yes.
of got him in the back there. But yeah, I mean, usually you don't see him in this kind of dust
don't like
up
cheap
with that
shots.
kind of emotion. The crazy eyes, who's from Big,
Crazy.
Big Daddy. The
He doesn't like
crazy
cheap
eyes.
shots, man.
Dude, he really does have crazy.
Both of the times we've seen him like this, they would have been pretty dirty shots.
I wonder how far a fight would go in the NBA if everybody just
let 'em?
didn't run over.
Like hockey, where they just let him.
Just
give 'em,
stay
like-
out of the
like, give 'em
way.
40
and-
seconds to
Yeah,
do
and let's
whatever
see
they
where it goes.
I'd pay money for that. I know the league doesn't want that, but I personally, as a fan, would.
Because
enjoy
listen, it looked like both of those guys wanted a problem. It was Lu Dort's fight to begin with,
Yes.
but your teammates stepped in, and it looked like both he and Williams wanted some action. I wanted
I'd
to
watch
see.
that.
And by the way,
I wanted to see.
Williams didn't really move an inch either. But
No, that's what I'm saying. Like we talking about the crazy eyes. He had a grip.
yeah, Williams wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah. By the way, for anyone who says Jokic doesn't care, I hope that meme takes care of that issue for you. There's a moment that kind of kicked off the whole thing. What a crazy night Friday was. All right, let's show the video. Here we go. What's happening here?
Here's the thing. I think SGA can get away with this because maybe he's falling out of. He thought he was falling out of bounds. That's why he threw it off him.
No, that's a tech.
But like, did he think he was going out of bounds? Is that why he
Absolutely
threw it
not.
off?
He did what he did.
By the way,
I was
look how
trying to
animated he
get-
is.
No.
I was thinking, why did he do this?
Absolutely not.
This is like Desmond Bain. Remember he threw it off the dude's head?
Oh my God.
This is like damn.
This was a crazy, like, you got
love
Jokic
it.
showing so much emotion. You got SGA showing all that emotion. Like this,
Yeah, I
they
love to
hate
see
each
this
other.
star
Love it.
players.
We
do it.
always talk about this time of the season. Teams are starting to position themselves for this last run, for this final lap of the race. And these two teams, they know what's at stake here. They're trying to establish who's the more dominant, more physical, more ready, more bouted team. And so I love the fact that this is what's going on. Jokic got off on one. Lu Dort got off on another one. SGA, all of these guys being involved. Beadle, don't start today.
It's not
I know
me.
I know it's
not
Monday.
Me.
But I love the fact that these guys are trying to establish themselves as the most dominant team in their conference with this. So I listen. I got no complaints. Don't tee up nobody. No tees.
Let
no
'em play.
No tees. No ejections. No suspensions. Let them play.
They're not a system.
Let them go. I know it won't happen, obviously, but I
No.
want to see it.
And these are, like I
great.
said, these are two real teams that have championship contending hopes, and
For sure.
both these teams are going to go far. They're so talented. So the fact that this is the end of February and there's this much energy and physicality game, it seemed like a playoff game and a playoff atmosphere. I hope, and like the fact that ever since then Jokic touched the ball, the whole crowd would boo. Like I love what's transpiring here. The dirty plays are a little much.
It's you know how it's great is we had a weekend full of interesting basketball and we're starting with the Friday game. Like that's how fun.
It's crazy.
that game
Denver's
is.
It was a great weekend.
in the 5 seed all of a sudden, a half game up on the Lakers.
Yeah, it got real.
Are you surprised or shocked?
I
What is
thought
that?
they were like sitting like cozy in the 3
Oh,
spot.
they've
No.
yeah,
Yikes.
But
they've
it
been
sucks.
spinning a little bit.
Talk a little Warriors
Minnesota
today.
has home court right now. The hell happened this
Where have you
weekend? How much
been?
did I drink?
Too much fighting.
That tequila fresca I was telling you about.
Good Lord.
Jesus.
This is such a cool drink. Let's talk a little bit Warriors because some people are just like it's over, just give it up. Some people are still got hope. Saturday night against the Lakers, awful. They're 6-10 over their last 16. That we know you don't have your 2 best players out there. However, it's kind of sad to say like it's just done. Like nobody wants to admit that a dynastic team is done. Is that where we are? Or is there any hope, Lou?
I don't know if
What was that
I
word
don't know
you
if
just said?
dynastic is a
Dynastic.
word.
Oh, it's 100%. Y'all really want to go down this road with me?
However,
I'm gonna stay in my lane.
You want to do word of the day? We will do word
it
of the
looks
day.
like dynastically
That's a word.
Yeah, it's just, when you don't have Jimmy in the lineup, when you don't have Steph in the lineup, you go out and go get Al Horford, who's another guy that's supposed to help you out as well. When you don't have those guys in the lineup, you look around and you say, who's going to carry this basketball team? And you don't see anybody that can hold the weight of the guys that are out of the lineup, especially on the offensive end. These guys are your scorers. Jimmy and Steph Curry were going to be the guys that you can close your eyes and know that you can go to get 45 to 60 points of production out of. There's been nobody on the Golden State Warriors to be able to stand in the gaps. And I think that team is so custom made. It was so custom fitted for the guys that play on that team. When they go out of that lineup, everything falls off the rails. I think that's what you're seeing in that last 16 games. And even before that, just them trying to find some type of consistency and be able to compete in the Western Conference. You just haven't been able to see it from the Golden State Warriors this year.
Dynastically, yes, it is a word.
Well, I used it too. So
we're looking at geniuses.
Lou, everything you're saying is so right. But you know what? I have zero sympathy for them. Because they had that guy.
They had options.
They had that guy.
Let's talk about
Atlanta.
Well, it's coming.
Doing fine in Atlanta, by the way.
Yeah, they're undefeated with him in Atlanta. But that's another story. But that's what's confusing to me is you're an aging team. Draymond's not necessarily the same. Steph has been in and out of the lineup. Jimmy Butler goes down for the season. Oof. You had this dude. I know there's obviously that ship had sailed, and I think it ran its course, and he had to move. But that's where I'm a little hesitant, kind of feeling bad or sympathy for them because they literally had that guy that could fill that gap, that can go and get that 25, 30 points a night without these guys there. So now it's going to take a collective effort. Now it's going to take toughness, defense. I don't know what matchups, whatever it is, but
Well, we both can agree that they knew that they were going to take their lumps and they were willing to go into the summer and kind of figure things out from there.
But it's weird to say that when you have an old team. What do you figure? They're all going to be a year older.
Well, yeah,
they're all tough contracts to get up off of this summer too.
Yeah.
I don't get it, but we did get another Curry Draymond video drop that was an instant sort of. Please tell me what's in Steph's head right now. Is it just blank?
Yeah, I think he's just.
I think Steph was trying to figure out what's for dinner.
Okay. I mean that's sad.
Look at even the security guard is like, what is he talking about?
Dude, you're crashing out.
The security guard went home and told everybody.
We got to get that guy on the show.
We do need to
He got the scoop because look, he's still peeking. He's still peeking. He wanted to hear more. But I don't know. I don't want to know what's inside of Steph's head. It looks like he's trying to be respectful of the rant that his teammate is on right now, and just trying to give him some respect, and at the same time not really trying to hear it.
Yeah, how many times he's seen this man go off and say things like this and go. So he's probably just.
But that was we've all had I don't know if it's a relationship or whatever where you just I can't stand you right now. Everything you're saying.
It's just tough too because everything's going to be magnified. Everything's going to be more frustrating. Steph is out. I think I saw today at least 5 more games.
Yeah.
It's not help is not on the way. Usually there's light at the end of the tunnel. In this situation, they're not. They're built to win now. They're not winning. They're hurt. They're injured. There's been so much drama regarding the Kuminga situation. Steve Kerr, what's his future like? How do you maximize Steph Curry's window right now while he's still playing at an elite level? So there's all these questions, but there's no answers.
I missed this one though. Do we have the context of what was he going off about?
I'm imagining it was to a referee.
But that was a long rant. Yeah, and the score wasn't great in their favor. So the Steph Curry thing you mentioned, that's obviously the cavalry that they're waiting to come back. Bad news was over the weekend, Anthony Slater reporting it'll be at least another 10 days before they reevaluate.
Time is of the essence.
It really is. And their next 10 games, if we'll take a look at them. Okay, that flashed up quick and I said it was bad.
Maybe.
So they're sitting at 31 and 29 right now.
Win, L.
Which way are you going?
So they under 500?
Under 500, yes.
They will be by the end of this 10 games.
Those first 3 maybe get 1. You assume they're going to win the Jazz who don't want to win.
Well, playing the Clippers is big because they're behind them.
Think about I know anything can happen in the NBA, but Jazz, Bulls, and Wizards are the only easy games, and they can still lose one of those.
Bulls won, thank you.
I think you're not looking, Chandler. 7 of these are on the road.
No, I'm saying they're going to be under 500.
Because they're 31 and 29 now, so.
They're smoked.
I think
that's just a wrap.
I think they're in bad shape. And especially, listen, we're looking at this, and today is the 2nd. 10 days from now, a lot of this schedule is already done. So we're looking at, and that's when he's going to be reevaluated in 10 days.
This is all Stephless.
Yeah, all of these are Stephless dynastically.
Shut up.
Yeah, so I just think they're in bad shape. If what we saw this weekend is a telltale sign of how this team is going to operate and compete at the level that's needed for these games, it's not looking good, especially with Steph being out of the lineup.
And if you look at the play-in, it's Phoenix, them, Clippers, Blazers. Like, they're going to have a tough time even getting that 7 or 8 seed. Like,
well, the only thing that's working for them, they do have a 2.5 game lead on the next team up.
And they probably won't fall, and they won't fall all the way to 11 either.
Yeah,
they're going to be in that 7 to 10.
They still got an opportunity to stay in the play, and then you get Steph Curry back, and you got a fighting chance from there. But listen, those next 10 games are dangerous for them, so they got to figure it out fast. They have to have somebody that's going to stand in the gaps and try to lead this team. It was Podziemski that was the guy that said that he wants the keys to be turned over to him after.
Remember
we got to see it. Yeah, we got to see it.
That was fun. I like when he said that.
Yeah, feels like a long time ago.
It's a very long time
Here's
ago.
the opportunity. We got to see it.
By the way, they did have a guy that could have done all these things, but he happens to be in Atlanta now, kind of crushing. Jonathan Kuminga, they're 3-0 now with him. Thank you. With him in the lineup. Here's the big thing. He's come off the bench twice, but he's got 27 points. 17 points and 20 in the 3 wins. I hope, Lou, that this is just simply this man has found his home.
I love it. I love it. He's playing well. He's with a team of guys that support him. They're just as young as he is, so they can grow together. They can create a nucleus. Atlanta's excited about him, as you heard the chants from the crowd. They were thanking Golden State. It looked like this is a seamless fit. He needed to go somewhere where he would be wanted and welcomed and can play his style of basketball. A lot is being made about the style of play. We know that Golden State was a team, they like three-pointers and they like layups. They didn't really play in the mid-range. They didn't really enjoy that style of play. Now in Atlanta, Quinn Snyder is going out there and telling him, hey, just be your best self. Whatever your best brand of basketball is, go out there and have a positive impact on games. And he's been able to do that in the mid-range, attacking the rim. He dunked on a guy on vert. Off
that was
vert.
Nuts.
Yeah, it's incredible. So the impact that he's been able to have in this short stint with the Hawks so far in 3 games has been nothing short of amazing. They're undefeated. They're rolling. I'm curious to see what they do in this play-in position that they are in.
They're in an interesting spot.
They're in an interesting spot because there's some teams that's playing good basketball right around them. But them being able to start somewhere fresh with Jonathan Kuminga coming off the bench, giving you the production that he's giving you, that's going to make for some good basketball.
He looks like he's happy. Like, and how can you blame him? Yeah, this dude has such a weight off his shoulders. And when I look back at his time at Golden State, I just look at how he handled that, honestly. And like he could have been such a
makes you want to root for him more.
Like I don't know the kid at all, but I always find myself in his favor because I've been in that situation and I didn't handle it like that, and I would snap at the GM. I got kicked off a team. Like this dude, he's been punked and disrespected and kind of shit on his entire time there, and he's never once said anything nuts or done anything. So the fact that he's handled this, never played DNP CDs, then when he would get his opportunity there, he would produce. And now he moves on, and he just moves on to this team and just seamlessly fits in and just has brought the same energy and positive, attitude. And that's where I have the most respect for him. He's talented. He's athletic. I think he's a good player that can be very good. But the way that he handled this whole situation to me was super impressive. And if I'm the Hawks, I like him even, like that's the reason why I go and get him. That's the reason why I'm going to give him a contract because he's a professional, everything he just did.
You can tell that like the Hawks fans, we've all been paying attention to the Kuminga story. Like
they
if you're a basketball
him.
fan, you know this, right? So I love how they've embraced him. It's almost like extra embracing because like you said, I think we all kind of felt for the kid. Like
I think it's a perfect marriage. This is a team and a fan base. We crave star power. We crave great attention. And when you trade away Trae Young, that leaves some uncertainty there. Like, okay, where do we go now? Who do we root for now? Then Jalen Johnson turns into an all-star. You're able to go get Jonathan Kuminga. Now you feel good about where you stand. You see that there's hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. And especially these guys are playing well together. Everybody is playing a great brand of basketball. So I'm excited for Atlanta. I'm excited for the fan base and what they're able to build. They're going to build around these young guys, go out and get 2 or 3 more veteran guys to put around them, and let's see what they make of it.
Yeah, they have so much talent. And I always talk about their versatility, and they have 5'6" wings that are 6'7" to 6'9" that can do the same thing.
Defensive-minded guys.
1 through 5, like the Dyson Daniels, the Alexander Walkers, the Reece Shashays, the Buddy Hield's on this team. We didn't even like. It's just they have so much talent. Like Lou just said, once they start adding those vet guys that can plug and play, I think we're really going to see this team make noise next year. This year, obviously, the play-in's tough. They got to solidify a spot first.
But they're in it.
And they're going to go out and have an opportunity to go get another young guy with the Pelicans pick.
Exactly.
You know, and that's looking like that's going to be a top 5 pick. And so with this draft, they have an opportunity to go out and get somebody just as dynamic as the other guys that they already have on the roster.
Yeah.
Can we just? I mean, we've got good video. Like we're not going to show Kuminga's moments from the weekend, just cause
Style.
we can.
Yeah.
By the way, my favorite part about this is that Dominique Wilkins calls games for the Hawks.
Human highlight reel.
So I just love everything about it.
Listen, we're showing Jonathan Kuminga dunking that basketball. I think we forget what Jalen Johnson is able to do above the rim. I know he's been asked to carry the scoring load for this Hawks team, but these guys can turn into the human highlight reels 2.0 for Atlanta.
Oh, so he's pointing at Dominique.
I'm super excited. I'm ready to get back to Atlanta and in my strike of not going to games. I look forward to being in the building and seeing some of these games.
Worst striker.
Yeah, this is good. They're like slowly turning into like that favorite league pass team.
Yeah, it's a must-watch.
Like they are good. They are fun to watch.
And by the way, I didn't know he was pointing to Dominique Wilkins after he did this. Hold on, we've got more. And there's more. Just go ahead and keep
That
Oh my
was
God.
crazy.
Like he's angry and he's getting it all out.
Looking, laughing.
But smiling about it.
Who dunks on somebody?
Oh.
Abort!
He literally.
Oh, no.
It was this moment I realized I had messed up.
No chance.
Too late, kid. You already on the poster.
The
It's like a different guy.
the vert lefty poster
come on, man.
is pretty shocking.
Come on, man.
And the laughing
With a
afterwards hurts my
laugh.
heart.
That's my point. Like that guy couldn't find minutes. That guy. This.
Dude, preaching to the choir. I'll never get it.
And I understand, like, I don't want to be a dead horse here. I understand system and style of play, but I'm sorry, you got to find a way to get that guy on the court.
Dude, well, you know what? They're probably going to look bad for a while now. Hawks fans actually thanked Golden State for Kuminga. Listen.
But
I love it.
But
I love it. Shout out to the
That
six-man
is-
section.
March 21st, they will be.
They'll be in Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
That's a must-watch game. If you're Steve Kerr going in that, are you just sort of like meekly walking in?
He's belittled the whole situation the entire time, so I don't think he's going to make anything of it. And again, at the end of the day, it's just a game in March against 2 play-in teams. But yes, there's something extra there.
Dude, what kind of a game is Kuminga going to have that night?
35.
I like that. We'll
I
get,
bet
when
he
we get
start.
closer.
What's with
yeah.
the starting lineup thing? Like, why is he's only 3 games he
Two-
started 1?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't have the answers, Chandler. But if I'm taking a guess, they probably like where they are in the starting lineup, especially with a defensive core that they do have, and those guys in the starting lineup. And then you got some real scoring power, and you can give him the ball in the second group, opposed to him just being in the system. Yeah, in the second group, you can feature him, give him the basketball, and let him do his thing, and it's been working.
Yeah.
Little record got broken over the weekend. We love to see it. It's a good record, held by Allen Iverson, and now held by Tyrese Maxey. Most threes in Sixers franchise history, 886. I gotta say, like, some teams and some players have a little more weight than others. So, Lou, breaking a
This is
record in
different.
Philly that was Allen Iverson.
Yeah,
what's
it's
that about?
different. Listen, Philadelphia is a town. They're either gonna love you or they're gonna hate you. It's no gray area.
Like that.
Tyrese Maxey will be revered in the city of Philadelphia for years and years to come with what he's been able to do so young and early in his career and the impact that he's had on winning and the community in Philadelphia as a whole. And anytime you go out and get an Allen Iverson record, that's a cherry on top. This just shows you how much the game has changed and evolved, right? Like, Allen Iverson was never known as a three-point shooter. He was a mid-range guy, so this leaves the door open for Tyrese Maxey in this new day and age of play to go out and get a record so early in his career. But listen, how he's been embraced, how he's been loved so far, it reminds me of a Allen Iverson. It reminds me somewhat of my experience in Philadelphia. All of our small, undersized guards that go out and score the basketball, Philadelphia loves us, and because of that, Allen Iverson is the reason why we've been able to be embraced like that. So I'm sure that he feels good about this record. I'm sure he's been embraced by AI, and they've spoken. But this is great. This is only the tip of the iceberg for Tyrese Maxey. He's going to go out and get a number of these records out there, and even have an opportunity to compete for a championship if he sticks around long enough in the city of Philadelphia. But this is a great notch on his belt. You know, and a lot of other great things to come for him in the near future.
He's also going to blow the roof off this record.
He's not
stopping.
But the game has changed so much.
These records are weird now a little bit.
I was number one. I was shocked it was AI because, like Lou said, he wasn't really a three-point shooter. He obviously played there for a while and was an absolute animal. But Tyrese Maxey is so good, and like we talked about, the game has changed. There's way more. There's faster pace. It's more three-point shots. So he's gonna double this record. Like, as long as he stays healthy, knock on wood, and stays on this franchise, which I can't imagine him.
I don't ever want to
him leaving.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, and again, just any record of Allen Iverson's that you pass, that's awesome.
That's a cool list to be on. Then imagine if he gets the conference finals, if he gets them that like.
And they're sneaky. Like Joel Embiid back. Like they have shooting. VJ Edgecombe. Like this team is. I think I said it last week. Like you go get a matchup against the Knicks or something like that where you can advance. Anything can happen with this team, this talent. They're so fast in transition.
Why you just throw the Knicks out there like that?
Well, because right now it's 6-3 seed, and I don't know who I'd take. I think
you just said it.
You just said it. Did you not?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think they are a really, really, really good 6 seed.
I think the health thing is big. We also had another record.
KNUEPPEL.
Man, he did this quick. KNUEPPEL, the rookie record for three-pointers.
59 games is crazy.
So
59 games, y'all. What does this mean? Tell somebody who doesn't know.
Somebody need to run him off the line.
I mean, yeah, what does it mean? Make him dribble?
Well, there it is. Run him off the line, sidestep you, cash me out. How about that?
Cash me outside? Cash me outside. No, listen, this kid is an absolute sniper. We hear all the talks how he's going to be one of the greats already, and there's still 20-something games left. So this kid is an absolute shooter. He can do it all. He can come off screens, off the dribble, catch and shoot. He's damn near shooting 45% from the three-point line, and this team is fun. This is another team with a lot of young talent that are starting to figure out. They're creating a culture there, and between him, LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, these guys all can shoot the ball.
Shout out to Brandon Miller, too.
Have an unreal year.
Lights out right now.
This kid's different. He's going to be around for a long time shooting that pill.
So are we ever going to, because look, Steph Curry is on a little island by himself, but it's, there could come a time where this kid is in that conversation. It may not be as flashy, and he doesn't have the personality of Steph Curry.
Let it marinate.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, put it in the refrigerator for a little while.
What about in the league right now? Top 5 shooter?
That I give him.
Yeah.
Because all of the top shooters are in street clothes.
Yeah, because the guy that just won the three-point contest doesn't even
all
play.
The top shooters are in street clothes right now.
Great. Oh my God, that's great.
Not counting Dame, if Dame's in, he might be 6.
That's insane.
Current players, though, I mean, come on, this guy. And I just love the story, too. I love that everyone's talking about #1 pick, Cooper Flagg, and then this dude's having the year. He's probably Rookie of the Year.
You think so?
I hope so.
They're going to be in the play-in. Like, they're a lot better record.
If he's not Rookie of the Year, then, see, that's where you lose me on that.
That's just more hype and name
he's the favorite right now.
Production.
There you go.
Exactly. He didn't come in with the flash of one kid.
Which is crazy. He was still like the, 3rd or 4th pick. Like, he was still that guy.
Yeah, it's just... I kind of like that he's just low-key, like... By the way, he doesn't ever have sweaty hair. That's weird.
He's just a robot, dude. He's just methodical. He never gets on the refs. He never changes. If he misses 10 in a row...
I love the conversation. She's worried about his hair, and you're still analyzing basketball.
I said he never changed if he misses 10 in a row. I don't think he's ever missed 10 in a row.
Could he ever?
No.
That's good. We're going to take a quick break. We'll talk about some of the more recent games we had over the weekend.
Like the Spurs game, people?
Run it up, run it back.
Man, I scheduled my whole day around this game yesterday. Spurs in New York.
Tough schedule.
What? 114.85.
Shitty day. All right.
24-7. Bridges, 25. Bridges had a day. Like, he has these days every once in a blue moon. Wemby with 25, 13, and 4. 14 and 4, by the way, for New York over their last 18. Are we seeing the best version?
My inside insider told me that this was their 5th day in New York.
That was me 4 minutes ago.
I know. Why didn't All right, people. All right.
I'm the insider.
All right, bud, relax. Anywho, this is just a product. Because when I saw the score, I was like, who played for them? And then when I saw that everybody played, I said, okay, they've been in there. And they play Philly tomorrow night, which means they're probably still there.
in New York.
They went to Corner Store. They ripped it. They had a good time.
What does that
York.
hotel bill look like? 5 nights
Not
in
too
Manhattan.
bad. Yeah, because you're spending a lot of time outside that room. I promise you that.
But the bill, oh my Lord.
Yeah, this is a long time to be in the city, and so I'm gonna chalk it up to that. It's one loss, but this is also the Knicks played really good. You said Bridges was unbelievable. Brunson was great. It's good to see them get a big win like this, even when Towns only had 12 points. So
great point.
It's a great win for the Knicks, and just I think this is one you flush from the Spurs. You get an IV, and you head to Philly.
That was, yeah. I don't know, Lou, like, Knicks fans were all up in my DMs. I was like, settle down.
Anybody anything good?
No, God, no. But should we be scared of this version of the Knicks? Like, if you're the Eastern Conference, do you see a game like that and take anything more from it?
Yeah, that's why I was concerned with Chandler just making it a shoe-in for the Sixers to beat them. I like that matchup as it stands, but they're playing well. And again, if you can get Mikal Bridges to bottle this up and be this version of himself, that's why you went out and got him a few years back, and that's the reason why he's so instrumental in this team. If you can get all of these guys on the same page, have a defensive mindset, and go out there and be motivated. Like, you saw a team that said, look, Wemby's not embarrassing us on our home court today. That he's just not going to do it. And so I love the way that they went out and handled business. I love the production that they got all the way across the board. You know, Cat didn't have his greatest game on an offensive end, but I like his mentality. Listen, if I'm not going to score the basketball at a high clip, I can change the way that I affect basketball. I can affect the way that we're going to win games. So he went out and got 14 rebounds. That's something that you don't necessarily see from Cat often. So everybody got outside of themselves and did what was necessary to go win this game.
This is why they're such a confusing team, because they have this kind of capability to be unbelievably defensively. They're versatile. Like, again, when you have Bridges and Hart and OG, like that versatility with that size defensively, they should be a top defensive team in the NBA every single night. And even when they don't put the ball in the basket, defense travels and they can win games like a Detroit type of team. So this is when you see them and they confuse me, because I'm like, this is a team that can come out of the East. Now they'll play tomorrow night and they'll get waxed, and it just resets everything that I ever thought about them. So they're just so inconsistent, but the potential of this team is really, really dangerous. I mean, maybe Sohan just gave them the scouting report on how to beat the Spurs. He was the insider.
By the way, I don't even think he played at all.
2 minutes.
Yeah, there you go. That's kind of weird. Here's the thing. At home, they are legitimately, mathematically, a very different team. Yeah. 23-8 at home. You can figure out the math for what that means, what they are on the road. So how important is it that they get in there?
Yeah, it's huge. And we know, like, the home court advantage in the playoffs is everything. So the fact that you get that extra game and you have the crowd on your side, you're in your own bed, like that is huge. Especially, numbers don't lie. When you're 23-8 at home and you have the record they do, that means they're not that good on the road. So to have that continuity at home, it is a great situation for them, and that makes them even more important that they need to keep their foot on the gas and make sure they get a lock-in 4 seed, because Toronto's coming, you know, Philly's coming, like those teams behind them too. They're not just going to lay off either. So it's major that they kind of lock up home court advantage.
This is going to be fun. God, I want to fast forward to it. I just want to see it.
And they're only a game and a half from the Celtics, so like they.
And are we allowed to say
everything matters in the East right now?
Like,
apparently, according to Bill Simmons, Tatum's back on Friday when they play the Mavericks. That is according to Bill Simmons.
Here we go.
I'm more happy for Tatum than like, oh, the Celtics are really good with him. Like, you know what I mean? That is a crazy quick.
Well, you
recovery.
can be happy for both things at the same time.
Yeah, you can. It's true.
I am, but I'm more happy for him. Like, isn't that quick? Yeah.
It's like a documentary was being filmed.
Like, I hope he's not rushing.
He's not going to rush.
Like, don't do that.
He's not going to rush. Look at the odds right now for how we look at the Eastern Conference. The Cleveland things will never not blow my mind.
Still,
no, never.
The Knicks have better odds to make it.
This is hella disrespectful to Detroit, and I would like to speak to the manager.
Pistons plus 430 right now.
That is rude. That's just rude.
I think people are starting to see that they need that secondary guy.
They got words.
They need that secondary guy. So I still like Boston. I like Boston coming out of the East right now.
Dang.
I like Boston. I like a lot of these teams, you know. But if I have a front runner right now, I'm giving Boston that respect.
Are you? This is wild. Like if I would have told you in October, hey guys, looks like Boston's coming out of the East, you would have punched me.
I agree. I've changed my mind a few times.
How about
so this week it's Boston.
How about a team that's 5.5 games up from the 2 seed is the 4th best odds to get out of the East?
Incredible.
That's what I'm saying.
What does that even mean?
It means
nothing matters then.
Nothing does matter if we're being honest.
And I hate that I agree, and I think the Cavs are the best team in the East. Like, I hate that I agree with those odds.
How great is it that we get to say that, though, that there's not a clear-cut favorite, that this actually is going to matter?
So who's coming out of the East for you?
I think
Detroit.
It's going to be Cavs versus Detroit.
And you say Detroit?
I say Detroit.
I say Boston.
This is all. Should we put $1 on it?
We should put a
Friendly
couple
wager.
dollars on it.
Okay, a couple bucks. I can do that. Let's talk a little bit of Spurs and strategy. And it's a good problem to have, but I'm wondering if there's some sort of a timing or rhythm situation when you've got 4 different guards that basically can give you 20 points. Does that make it harder to sort of figure it out?
That would be a problem for any other team. For the San Antonio Spurs, I don't think that is a concern. As long as we've loved the San Antonio Spurs, they've always won by committee, and they've always been an organization that you look at as a whole, as a collective. As talented as individual talents that they've had. They've had Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Kawhi Leonard, now Wemby. We still look at them as a group. We still look at them how they're able to operate and win games as a unit. And so for any other team, I would say this is a concern, but not for the Spurs. You know, they have the next man up mentality. They have whoever's hot tonight, that's going to be the guy that's going to carry us. So I don't mind this. I don't mind them having 4 different guys that can go out and win you a basketball game. Yeah. As long as the mentality is right, as long as everybody is on the same page, this isn't a concern. Like, none of these guys are jockeying to figure out who's going to be a star of the team. They have a clear pecking order, and the concern for them should always be win basketball games. And that's how they operate. That's how they built their culture. That's what's made them a successful organization, because they haven't based their success around individual talent and what individuals do. It's always been about bring something to the table and let's see what we can do together.
Yeah, and I think Wemby is going to see so many different coverages that it's a luxury to have these 4 other guards and guys that can step up and that can handle the ball and that can make plays while they're being physical with Wemby, while they're denying him, while they're pushing him out, while they're trapping him off the post. These other guys are going to have to make plays, and these other guys like Harrison Barnes of the world and Champagny, like these guys are going to have to make shots because they are going to see every possible different coverage, whether it's front in the post, trapping Wemby, doing all this stuff. So the fact that they have Fox and Castle and Harper, I don't look at it like a bad thing. It's going to be some nights where it's not as balanced as it should be, but the fact that they have those many weapons and options, even when a team decides, okay, we're not letting Wemby beat us, they can still beat you. And they're the 3rd best defense in the NBA. So even when the offense is struggling, they still have a chance to win the game.
It's just, yeah, yesterday's game was a little out of character for them defensively. Here's the thing, though, that is, it's not worrisome. It's just interesting to be watching, is that the thing with Wemby is if you go at him with a lot of physicality, that seems to be his Achilles heel. And so,
flop.
So can I ask you this? Like, obviously, his frame is slender, right? By the way, you can't let Pirtle do that. Okay, sorry, side note. But
see, that's what Dort can do right there. You saw what Cade can do? That's the legal check right there that you could do.
What can he do to be able to withstand this sort of play?
Well, I think just naturally with his build, this is where his weakness is.
So creatine and stuff?
Yeah, some peptides, I don't know.
Peptides?
I mean, I think it's just with his development and his growth, he's going to continue to put on weight, and guys like him and Chet, they're never going to be just meathead.
KD never
Jalen, yeah, KD, but he's lanky, he's not weak, but he's never going to get pushed around and bullied as much as you'd think, because he's still strong. But that's definitely a weakness of his, is the physicality aspect, but that'll continue to get better. And again, Mitch Johnson's done a great job putting him in situations. I think you got to put in more quick hitters to get him the ball, to not let the defense even double team him. But like I said, they're gonna show him everything. So he's gonna see, by the time the playoffs come around, he's gonna see every possible coverage. And I think what Detroit did to him a couple weeks ago, other teams are doing, they're just trying to be as physical as possible and make the game frustrating for him. And that's because that's the only really way you can bother him.
He's going to have to fight back, too.
I would
100%. And I don't like the flopping.
Yeah, it's probably not in his character. It's not in his DNA to be as physical, but he's going to have to fight back. I promise you. A little push and shove and elbow here and there from Wemby, that'll keep guys off you as well. And you look at some of these clips, some of these guys that are being physical with you, they're not known for being physical guys either. So you can't allow them to get away with that. You got to fight fire with fire if you're Wemby, especially the San Antonio Spurs. If you're other guys on that team, somebody in their locker room, I know for a fact, got a screw loose. Whoever, I don't know, but whoever.
We had him. It was Sohan. Now he's gone.
They got to find another guy with a screw loose, and whoever that is, y'all need to have some kind of pit bull. Remember we were talking about teams and having enforcers on a team to protect your star players. If Wemby isn't going to fight back for himself, which I think he should,
I do too.
and I don't say play dirty, but fight back, be just as physical, because nobody has the stature that you have. Nobody has the size that you have.
Who is it, Keldon Johnson?
Yeah,
so
I mean, Keldon's the most emotional, sure.
Yeah, one of these guys got to go out and say, hey, we just not going for this. And I know Vassell, I know Castle, they ATL guys. They're super chill, but there's a switch that can be flipped on. And so just to keep guys off of him, to keep guys playing honest, you got to fight back a little bit.
Here's my strategy. You put Kelly Olynyk in. You punch a dude, and then you're out. Boom.
Go and sign like an Isaiah Stewart this summer.
Oh, God, I would love that
and
so
protect
much. That's like my
the
dream.
future.
We're going to take they really should. We're going to take a quick break. A little more Run It Back on the other side.
Run it up, then run it back, run it back.
Good job, T-Wolves. You never want to get swept by another team, especially these guys. Nice little win, 117-108. Okay, yeah, we know Denver's not at full strength, but let's talk Minnesota here for a second. 6 of their last 7 have been victories. I feel like they sort of quietly have been doing things, and we don't talk much about them. Let's look at the standings for a second. Are we scared of the Timberwolves in about a month?
Yeah, they're dangerous. And again, they're one of those teams that they are great on both sides of the ball. Obviously, you have Anthony Edwards, who offensively can do everything. And then you have such a good defensive team. When they go and add Ayo at the deadline. Jaden McDaniels, I think, is the most underrated player in the NBA. And I feel like we have not talked about Julius Randle all season long. And this dude is averaging 22, 7, and 5, and he's being efficient. Like, they are really, really good. And again, this is a nightmare matchup for a lot of these teams in the Western Conference that might be slightly more talented than them and higher expectations.
Okay.
This is like the one team in the West that I don't want to see.
Really?
No matter what first round, second round, I do not want to go and beat this team 4 times.
Like, it would be like a Denver-Minnesota matchup. Denver has a 3-1.
Take 7 games. Like
7 games.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Like regular season doesn't matter. 7, you got to get this team in 7 games, and you're going to give them home court advantage as well, and they're a good home court team. They're going to be a dangerous matchup for somebody, especially at this 4-5 matchup. If we continue to see it and we get a 7-game series out of that, I look forward to it. But they definitely are a sleeper pick, and they're 4 and Denver's 5 for a reason. They're playing better basketball right now. They didn't show from the season series that they've had, but if you lock these guys in a room for 7 games, I'd like Minnesota coming out of it.
Do you really?
I do.
Even if Denver's like full strength?
We got to see it full strength. Right now, yeah, I'm basing my opinion off of what I've been able to see from the sample size. Right now, I like Minnesota in that matchup.
It's a good
series. I will say, we've yet to see kind of like, ever since Jokic went out, and they were really good when Jokic went out.
Yeah, they did well.
Watson was unreal, right? So now I'm excited to see Denver at full strength with Watson, with Aaron Gordon, with Joker. But man, they're like my Philly of the West. Like, those are the 2 sneaky picks where, like, if they're rolling, they are tough to beat.
You know, one thing that I see from Minnesota that I can't look around the league and see, they have extreme confidence in themselves. Like, even the little dust up that Finch and Ant-Man had. Think about what that fight was about. It was about your best player wanting to take the last shot, wanting to be the guy in that, wanting to be that guy in the moment, right? Like, if you're arguing with your best player about passing the basketball, that is a great luxury problem to have. And so I just love the confidence that they have, especially with Ant-Man. If your best player is going out there and saying, look, I want to take the last shot, and then man enough to go out and say, I was wrong. My coach was right. He was trying to coach me up, but I want to be the guy. This is what they're here for. That's a mentality that I want to see from the coach, and that's the mentality that I want to see from my star player at the same time. So if I can see that on screen and look at that and say, damn, that's a super confident team, and the best player is confident, and I have a great relationship where I can go out, curse my coach out, apologize to him, and still be cool and say, hey, that's my man. I like it. I like it.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Well, I just always talk about these coaches that have that personal relationship with you, like a Jamal Mosey, a David Fizdale, JB Bickerstaff. Chris Finch has the same thing. So they went, like, to the outside eye, they went at it. You would think there's issues there. You would
Right,
think
we'd be talking about it.
And the best part about that video is he said, pass the ball. And Ed said, you don't want me to pass the ball. That was the best clapback
He's like a
of
fun
all
character.
time. So the fact that they have that player-coach dynamic where they could, listen, it's a long season. You're going to get on my nerves. I'm going to get on your nerves. But, like, as long as you have that mutual respect at the end of the day that you know it's not personal, then that's all that matters. And if it's for winning and the better for the team, that's all that matters. And I feel like these two guys are on the same page when it comes to that.
So I want to make sure I get all of this right. This is all Anthony Edwards, his resume so far. 2 Western Conference appearances, 4-time All-Star, All-Star Game MVP, 2-time All-NBA. His career average is about 25, approaching anyways. Under the age of 25, who has a better resume?
LeBron.
By the way,
James.
he's so young.
Oh, like all time?
No, now.
Oh,
Good Lord.
Probably nobody.
yeah.
I mean, by the way, it's the Jalen Johnsons, the Cades, the Wembys, the Paolo.
Cades
Cade?
hasn't done that yet, but no, probably this.
So the best resume of any. By the way, under
I mean,
25
that's a
is
crazy
wild. I know. That's what I'm saying. Think
That's
about.
crazy
Look,
resume.
you could see your brain processing it.
I know. I mean, no. I
love it.
I didn't really look down
love
the
it.
call sheet here to see this, to have other options.
Yeah, you didn't go past the B block.
No,
Shocking.
But I mean, that's he's already looking at a shoe in Hall of Fame with that. With that
There you go.
With that resume already. And he's not
Already
even
in the building.
25.
He's
Like,
not even 20.
he's already a kick in for the Hall of Fame. This kid's not going anywhere. And again, Lou just talked about his confidence and just his aura. Like, that's contagious. I bet you that locker room is so fun. I bet you
I
that
think he's
practice
hilarious.
facility is awesome. Like, I bet you there's music going. I bet
He's
you
like
there's
a
good
clown.
vibes.
Like, he's a fun, good
he
clown.
is so
I love him.
charismatic, and he's good, and he plays defense. So it's like he's just one of the guys, but he's just better than all the guys. Like, he's unreal.
He is unreal. We love him. This is a pro Ant Edwards show. We're going to take a quick break. Wrap things up on the other side.
Run it up, then run it back.
we got some video here. Drummond hits the 3, pulls out the pew pew celebration. Immediately, by the way, gets a tech. Nick Nurse's reaction.
What was the tech for? I gotta understand
He
what's.
hit him with the
What, is he
John Moran.
defending the pew
He hit
pew?
him with the John
shot it,
Moran.
what?
He hit him with the John Moran. You know you can't be doing that anymore.
But everybody shoots somebody when they.
Yeah, why is this specific one?
It's promoting guns.
Yes, 'cause
Everybody,
that's,
but
by the way, I
everybody,
saw that and went,
everybody
"Got a gun."
does it.
Stop
though.
it.
So what?
You saw the drum.
What is
I
the
saw the
difference-
Drummond thing. I
What
bought
is
a
the
gun.
difference
It's all over.
between a rocket launcher is way worse, by the
Oh,
way.
rocket launcher? What about a grenade? That's
All of this and all of that, ban them all. If one
That's
is worse than the
stupid.
other, ban them all.
Are we really?
I agree with you. I
the
think
guy
it's all
doesn't really
stupid.
hit a
There's
lot of-
celebrations are celebrations.
If Drummond hits a 3, he should be able to do whatever the hell he wants.
No, he should.
It's not going to happen often. Let's just look the other way and move on.
By the way, in the break, Lou referenced the fact that he would love some pancakes right now, which turned into a
Love some
rank 'em.
pancakes. Blueberry to be
Oh my
specific.
gosh.
Oh, you're rich. What, dessert for breakfast? Rank 'em, go.
Blueberries
You rank
qualify as a dessert.
waffles, French toast, and pancakes.
Can we get one stipulation? Are the
Waffles
waffles
have to be last.
Well, hold on. Are they the thin waffles or the like Belgian
I don't
style?
want to do
Here,
all
what
that.
kind of
We're
important,
gonna do
actually.
French toast,
Correct.
pancakes,
Nope.
Yes.
then waffles.
You guys, we are so different. I don't even know how we get along enough to do this show. 'Cause
That's
mine
why
is
we
the
get along.
exact
We
opposite.
That's
don't.
why we get along.
Waffles,
We get along?
pancakes. French toast is like dessert.
Oh, you hated me this whole
Oh,
time.
I do, but in a fun way. Like, Wait, crepes? Conrad is in my ear saying, what about crepes?
Crepes, I feel like are more dessert with like Nutella.
Crepes
I am
are
really not a
very-
crepe girl.
Really? I feel like that's so like a non-American thing. I,
I
feel
like
like you'd
salt.
love it.
I like salty things. No, that's true. You're right.
geez.
Actually, that is on brand.
What else, salty?
We should like crepes. You're an idiot. You know what?
You know.
Can we just go to break? Or no, we don't even have a break.
There's
we have
no
to wait.
break.
We have
Why
to
do you
wait
think
for
we're
the show
talking-
to
Why do you
end.
think we're talking about crepes? We're all out of shit to talk about. See you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Run it back, yeah, yeah.